Your toddler lines up their toys perfectly. They're just organized, right? They don't point at things yet. They're a late bloomer, right? Here's what your pediatrician might not be telling you during those quick checkups, and why the next 3 years are the most critical window you'll ever have. I'm here today not to scare you, but to empower you with information that could change your child's entire trajectory. The research is clear. When autism is identified before age 3, early intervention can literally reshape brain development. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Autism and Developmental Disorders found that children who received intervention before age 2 showed significantly better outcomes in communication and social skills by age 6. But here's the problem. About 80% of these early signs are dismissed as personality traits or just being shy. Let me share what happened with my friend Sarah. Sarah's son, Liam, was the sweetest 18-month-old. He never cried much, played independently for hours. Sarah thought she'd won the parenting lottery. But at his 2-year checkup, when she casually mentioned he didn't wave bye-bye or respond to his name consistently, her pediatrician said, "Give it time. Boys develop slower." 6 months later, Liam still had only 3 words. Sarah pushed for an evaluation. Autism spectrum disorder. The specialist told her something that broke her heart. If we'd caught this at 18 months, we could have started intervention a year earlier, during the most neuroplastic period of his development. Today, Liam is thriving after early intervention, but Sarah always wonders, what if she'd known what to look for? Before we dive into the 10 signs, I need you to understand something crucial, and please drop a comment if you agree. Sign number 1, missing joint attention. This is the big one most parents don't even know exists. Joint attention is when your child sees something interesting, a dog, an airplane, and looks at you to make sure you see it too. It's that magical back and forth of shared experience. By 12 months, neurotypical children do this constantly. They point, look at your face, point again. Mom, are you seeing this? According to Dr. Sally Rogers at UC Davis, the absence of joint attention by 14 to 16 months is one of the most reliable early predictors of autism. But in a rushed pediatric visit, this never gets assessed. Action step. This week, point at something exciting, a bird, a truck, and see if your child follows your point and looks back at your face. That look back is everything. Sign 2. Extreme sensory reactions. Now, all toddlers have preferences. But we're talking about something more intense. Does your child have complete meltdowns at birthday parties? Not because they're tired, but because the sound is physically painful? Do tags and clothing cause genuine distress, not just annoyance? A 2019 study in the Journal of Autism Research found that 95% of autistic children have significant sensory processing differences. The key word is extreme. Reactions that seem disproportionate and consistent. Real example, one mom described her daughter as unable to tolerate socks, certain lighting made her scream, and playground textures caused her to withdraw completely. These weren't terrible twos, they were neurological responses. Question for you. Has your child ever reacted to something in a way that seemed overwhelming? Comment below. I read every single one. Sign 3. Losing previously learned skills. This one terrifies parents, and rightfully so. Imagine your 18-month-old says mama, dada, waves goodbye, makes eye contact, and then over the next few months, these skills just disappear. This is called regression, and it occurs in about 25 to 30% of children later diagnosed with autism, according to research from the Kennedy Krieger Institute. They're not being stubborn, their neurology is developing differently. Critical point, any loss of language, social, or motor skills deserves immediate evaluation. Don't wait. Early intervention services can begin during the evaluation process. Sign 4. Repetitive movements or stimming. Hand flapping, spinning, rocking, toe walking. These are called self-stimulatory behaviors. Before you panic, let me be clear. All children do some repetitive movements. It's about frequency and intensity. The difference? An autistic child might flap their hands when excited, overwhelmed, or even calm. It's a constant, soothing behavior. They might tiptoe walk exclusively past age 2. Here's what's important. Stimming itself isn't bad. It's a coping mechanism. but it can be an indicator that warrants further assessment when combined with other signs. Action step. Notice patterns. Is your child doing these movements multiple times daily? Do they seem locked in to the behavior? Sign 5. Absence of pretend play. By 18 to 24 months, most children start pretending. A banana becomes a phone, they feed stuffed animals, they drive toy cars and make engine sounds. Autistic children often engage in what's called functional play. Instead, they might line up cars perfectly, sort blocks by color obsessively, or spin wheels repetitively. There's no storyline, no imagination play. Dr. Connie Kasari's research at UCLA shows that teaching pretend play skills early significantly improves later social communication. But first, you need to recognize it's missing. Try this. Hand your child a toy phone. Do they pretend to talk? Or do they examine it, press buttons, but miss the pretend element entirely? That difference matters. Sign 6. Inconsistent or brief eye contact. Not no eye contact. That's a myth. Many autistic children make eye contact, but it's fleeting, inconsistent, or seems effortful. They might look at your forehead, your mouth, but rarely lock eyes. A University of Washington study using eye tracking technology found that by 6 months, babies later diagnosed with autism showed declining attention to eyes, preferring to look at mouths or objects. What to watch for? Does your child look at you when you call their name? Do they check your face for emotional cues when something unexpected happens? That social referencing is often reduced. Comment below. Did you notice eye contact differences with your child? When did you first notice? Sign 7. Not responding to their name. By 12 months, most babies turn when you say their name. It's social awareness. But many parents of autistic toddlers describe this. I thought my child was deaf. We had hearing tested 3 times. All normal. Research shows that 80 to 90% of autistic toddlers show reduced response to their name by 12 to 14 months. They're not ignoring you. Their brain isn't prioritizing social cues the same way. Test this carefully. When your child is focused on something, say their name from behind. Do they turn? Try multiple times across different days. Document what you observe. Sign 8. Extreme need for sameness. Again, toddlers love routine, but we're talking about inflexibility that causes genuine distress. The same breakfast plate, driving the same route, watching the same video 50 times daily. One father described his daughter's meltdown when they took a different route home. 30 minutes of inconsolable crying. This isn't bratty behavior, it's neurological need for predictability. Key indicator. Can your child adapt when something unexpected happens, or does it derail their entire day? Sign 9. Language development that's not just late. Not talking by age 2 is concerning, but it's how they communicate that matters more. Are they compensating with gestures, pointing, leading you to what they want? Or is there silence and frustration? CDC data shows about 40% of autistic children have significant language delays. But some have lots of words, just used oddly. Echolalia, repeating phrases from shows, or scripted language rather than spontaneous conversation. What to do? If your child isn't using 50 words by age 2, seek evaluation. Don't wait for the 3-year checkup. Sign 10. Not imitating others. Babies are natural mimics. They wave, clap, stick out their tongue. It's how they learn. Reduced imitation is a red flag. By 18 months, toddlers copy household chores, dance moves, silly faces. Autistic toddlers often don't. They're not uninterested in people. They're wired to learn differently. Try this. Do an obvious action, clap your hands, stick out your tongue, jump. Does your child copy you, or do they watch passively? Let's recap quickly. Joint attention, sensory extremes, regression, repetitive movements, lack of pretend play, eye contact differences, name response, rigid routines, language delays, and limited imitation. Here's what I need you to hear. Noticing these signs doesn't make you paranoid. It makes you informed. Trust your instincts. You know your child better than anyone. If you recognize multiple signs, take action. 1. Document behaviors with videos on your phone. 2. Contact your pediatrician and specifically request a developmental screening. Use that phrase. 3. Self-refer to early intervention services, ages 0 to 3. It's free in the US. 4. Don't wait for your doctor to bring it up. Early intervention during ages 0 to 3 can change outcomes dramatically. The brain is incredibly plastic during these years. Every month matters. If this video helped you, please hit that like button so YouTube shows it to more parents who need this information. Subscribe and turn on notifications. I post weekly videos on child development and autism awareness. Most importantly, comment below. Tell me, did you recognize any of these signs? What was your aha moment? Your story could help another parent trust their instincts. Share this video with other parents, pediatricians, daycare providers, anyone who works with young children. Knowledge is power, and together we can ensure no parent misses these critical early signs. You've got this. Your child is lucky to have a parent who cares enough to learn. I'll see you in the next video.